Well, hello, welcome. If you stayed here for the past 2 years since I haven't filmed anything, thank you so much. If you're new, welcome to Pete's Life Flow, channel where we talk about minimalistic spending habits and curating the life that you want. Curated minimal makeup collection. This is our goal. We are going to commit to it. I would say I was not a hoarder. I was a FOMOer. I had this fear of missing out. I would buy a lot of stuff that I didn't actually need or use just because I saw other people use it. I was never satisfied with what I had if I bought it impulsively or without putting much thought into it. I felt buyer's remorse all the time, but it was cheap, so I didn't really pay that much attention to it. And then when the makeup clutter would appear, I would declutter everything immediately and buy some other stuff. I never invested in makeup in a sense that I never bought high quality items that were actually working for me. It was like a short dopamine hit right at that moment when I was buying stuff, and then later on it was just a burden. So I am committed to removing all burden from my life, including makeup. Even though I have a small makeup collection, there are some stuff that I don't use. So I'm gonna, reassess everything that I own. And you cannot find out what you love and what suits you the best if you don't use your makeup. Curating your makeup collection doesn't mean throwing everything out and then buying everything. I've had the tendency to invest in items that I didn't really use every day, and those items that I used every day, I don't invest in. I want to invest in stuff that I use every day. I think it's time to move with the declutter. So these are my Complexion products. I am going to have 3 piles. One is going to be the clutter pile, the other one is going to be focused by the end of 2026 pile, and the third pile is going to be something that I'm gonna keep. I have 4 Complexion products. So the first one is L'Oreal True Match Concealer. This is honestly one of the rare products that I use frequently. It's new. It's going to stay with me. This goes into this pile, staying with me. Fit Me Matte Poreless Translucent Pressed Powder is something that I bought fairly recently. I almost haven't used it at all. It's way too drying for me. It has this like little puff that I haven't used. I tried putting it on top of my concealer, under eyes. It just makes them crepey. I tried setting my eyes with it, after putting concealer on and then putting this as a base, to set the eyes. It's also way too drying for my lids. It's just staying there unused, so this is going to the declutter pile. Now we have the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I bought this because I was influenced by it by a makeup artist that I really appreciate. However, I don't like the way it looks on my skin because it's way too orange for me, and I haven't used it for the past year. I started using it when I started combining it with my blush to be able to get like a glowy blush type of situation going on. There's way too much product in this container, and since it's a liquid product, I obviously won't be able to use it up until it's expired. So I need to focus on this in 2026. Good enough use is good enough. And then by the end of 2026, I am going to declutter this, unfortunately. So focus pile. And then I have this skin tint hydrating natural finish from Essence with SPF 30. Honestly, I'm so mad at myself for having bought this because I haven't used it but a single time when I actually tried it out. I've been using those types of products before when I was using something on my face. I haven't used it for years, and now I thought I needed this to complete my collection. It's not my shade at all, so this needs to go in the declutter pile. Let's move on to the blushes, contour shades, and bronzers. I think you're fairly familiar with this palette because it was also in my last makeup declutter video. It's an Essence palette that I bought 6 years ago in 2020, and as you can see, it's been quite loved. This is Essence eyeshadow, mono shadow that I depotted and put here, and this is L'Oreal blush that I also depotted and put here. So this makes like a perfect traveling palette for me, but it all leans way too warm for my skin tone. It's way too old. I need to retire it. I have no idea who can even use this up because look at these pans. They're huge. You cannot use this up until the end. So I've been focusing on this one mostly because this is the shade that I like the most. You can see they're damaged. This is on purpose. I use them for creating my own glowing mist that you're going to see a little later on. When it comes to the bronzer, I have this one bronzer that on camera looks fairly neutral, but it's honestly way too orange on my skin tone, so I'm glad that I managed to pan this bronzer, but I am going to retire it at the end of the year. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to do with these two, I guess, depot them again. This is going in the focus pile. This is a newest creamy bronzer that I got from Essence as well. Baby Got Bronze liquid bronzer that is honestly for my skin tone way too dark, and I don't think this is a bronzing shade. This is contouring shade. I love the fact that it's a bit more cool tone, but it's just way too dark. So something like in between this darkness and this cool tone would be perfect for me. But it's a new product and I'm going to keep it. Then I have this Baby Got Bronze also from Essence. As you can see, this bronzer on my skin tone is way too warm. However, it's one of the also newer products. It's a cream product that I still can use and I'm going to keep it for now. I have this blush also from Essence, so this is all the same line. It's a nice blush. I've been using it quite a lot. As you can see, there's this much left. I'm so happy. I feel so gratified when I have used the product so much. I am going to keep this. And finally, I have this like contouring shade from Colorgram. This is a Korean makeup brand. I honestly don't use it for contouring. I use it on my lips and on my eyes to give like a cool base for the other products. It has this little brush on the other side. I am going to keep it, but for now, I'm not going to focus on it way too much. And finally, from the face products, I have these two. This is Fix and Mist Setting Spray from Aura. So I am going to keep this one because, as you can see, I use it often and it's the only fixing spray that I have. And this is a skincare brand, Jaya from Poland, face toner that I haven't really used that much as a toner. What I use it for is like a glowing mist. Highlights from the previous palette are scraped and put into this little bottle, and now I have my own glowing mist without having to buy that product separately. I am going to have to focus on this one because, as you can see, if I don't use it up by end of 2026, I obviously need to retire it. Now let's move on to the eyes and brows. For brows, I have these two products only. Maybe you remember this Essence Micro Precise eyebrow pencil from the last Declutter. It's really tiny little pencil that I've been using to just darken up the rest of the products that are way too warm. I repurchased this NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint pen. In the last Declutter, I had the blonde one. I used that up and now I bought the taupe. Oops. Yeah, this is what happens as well with this product. It's just, you know, leaking and I don't know why. This is like an ultra precise pen that sometimes honestly also leans way too warm on my skin. So after I use this shade taupe, hopefully I'm gonna use this micro precise pen as well until the end, and then I will be able to buy an eyebrow mascara, which is something that works the best for me and for my brows. But for now, I have these two to combine. Okay, we have one eyeshadow primer, which is also from NYX, and I honestly don't really like this product because this one makes it really hard for me to blend my eyeshadow. So I am going to focus on this by the end of 2026, and if I don't use it up, I'm going to declutter it. I have only one mascara. This is Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. I mean, it really is an amazing product, but it's way too dramatic for me. So I'm thinking about purchasing another mascara that will maybe be like a brownish color. Last year I made a mistake and I had 3 mascaras, one burgundy, one brown, and one black. Safe to say, I haven't managed to use them up until the end, all 3 of them, before they dried out. But for now, I have only this one. I'm going to keep it. I am certainly going to use it up by the end of 2026. When it comes to my eyeliners, 5 eyeliners is just good enough. I have one that is like a beige color from Essence. It's amazing to have this product to make your eyes more open, to brighten them, and to simply have something to put in the inner waterline. Then I have this one from Maybelline. It's their tattoo liner, gel pencil. It's Berry Bliss. It's a nice burgundy color. You can see it's well loved, and I am for sure going to keep it. I also have from L'Oreal one charcoal gray eyeliner. It's Le Col Naturel by Paradise L'Oreal. It's gray. I like the color, especially for my eyes. What I don't like is the transfer that I get from this one, so I have to really be careful about how I'm using it. Then I have this one from Kiko Milano in the shade 19. This brown shade has way too much red in it for my taste, so it's not cool as I like it to be. When I use this up, I'm not going to repurchase it because I need something cooler for my liking. And the last one is also from Kiko Milano. It's the shade 17. Both of them have this buffer at the end, which I don't use. I honestly have no idea why I bought this. It's like a golden shade that honestly I don't use at all. I don't use this, and I think I'm gonna declutter it because I honestly don't see myself ever using it. So this is going to the declutter pile. Okay, on the topic of eyes and eyeshadow palettes, I have 5 eyeshadow palettes. It's not that many when you look at what other people maybe have and talk about, but for me, it's just way too much. I don't need this many. I need 2 at most. 1 neutrals, 1 colorful, and that is it. Let's start with the Balm palette, Nude Dude, one of the most expensive palettes that I have. It has these beautiful shades that I have been using, and those pans are tiny, so I think that when I start really focusing on this one, I will be able to pan at least 3 shadows, if not even 4. I know that I won't be panning these ones, but that's okay. I'm really looking forward to actually start focusing on this one. I am for sure going to keep it. However, I'm not going to focus on this one just yet because I have this little guy that you all know from the last declutter as well. I've been focusing on this one for the past 3 years since the last declutter, and you can see I've really made progress. I really like seeing pans on my eyeshadows, and this one's also the one that I bought in 2020. So all the Essence products that I bought in 2020, I bought at the same time from the same collection that was limited collection that I am still using 6 years later. So you can only imagine how much a regular makeup user actually needs time to use their makeup until the end. One of the issues that I had with this is the fact that I work from home, so I didn't put makeup every day. Good enough use is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's time to move on from this palette at the end of 2026. I'm going to be focusing on this one. The only cool toned palette that I have, as you can see, it has grayish and lilac tones that I don't use that often, but I think mostly because I was focusing on this one. But I am going to keep it because it's fairly new and it's mini, and it's the only color story like this that I have. Then I have this Revolution palette that I bought because of the colors that it has. This was an impulse buy. I am going to keep it for now, but the next time I'm just going to buy like a quad of colors that I want to use, and that is it. And finally, we have this eyeshadow palette, Blooming Bliss from Catrice. It's like burgundy color story that I don't have in any of the other palettes that I have. And I bought this specifically for a wedding that I attended. However, since it's new, I won't be focusing on this one, but I am going to keep it. Let's move on to the lip liners. I have 3 lip liners from NYX that I really love. The one that I use the most is the Nude Beige. This is Nude Truffle. I like combining those two to give more depth and definition to my lip looks. And this is the shade Natural that I don't really use that much currently because I have pretty similar shade over here that I am focusing on, and I don't currently need to focus on any one of those, so I am going to just keep them in my collection for now. Then I have from Essence, the first shade that I have and that I don't really use is the Dark Berry shade. I do sometimes combine it with a lipstick that you're going to see later on. I'm going to keep it because it's the only shade like this, Dark Berry, that I have. Now I have these 2 shades. You don't see the names anymore. It's Rosy Nude and Silky Hazelnut. Rosy Nude was amazing. This is a repurchase, but they changed something in the formula because now when you look at it, it's just like a peach peachy color. It's not rosy nude. It's not neutral as it was before. So I'm really not satisfied with the formulation that I made. And this is Silky Hazelnut. I bought this because I thought it was going to be brown. It's almost what rosy nude was before. So it's not brown. It's like a more neutral shade than the rosy nude. I am going to be focusing on these two in 2026 from Essence as well. This like little guy that I've been using quite a lot. Sucker for Grey. And it's an amazing shade. It's like a mauve color that I use for some lip combos with the lipsticks that I have. It's quite old, but I do use it quite a lot and I love the shade, so I am going to keep it. And the newest addition is Rimmel Cappuccino. This is like the only true brown that I have. It's amazing, of course. However, it's way too dark for me, but I am going to keep it, of course. And finally, these are all lipsticks that I have. This is way better than it was before. I still think that I have way too similar shades. I need to minimize this even more. Let's start with two Essence ones. Essence, oh my god. I have so many Essence products. This is Happy and Real, those two shades. These are from the same collection as the eyeshadow palette and face palette that I already showed you, and I bought them all at the same time. Look at this, look at how tiny it is. I'm so happy that I used it up almost. So I am currently wearing this on my lips, and I am going to be focusing on this shade by the end of 2026, and I'm going to retire it because I'm fairly certain I'm going to use it up until the end. I'm so happy. You get it? So happy. This is me. Oh my god. Okay, and I have the shade Real. It's like a rosy terracotta color. It's amazing color for autumn. I adore it, and I use it quite a lot. So I am going to keep this one, but I'm not going to focus on this one just yet. Then I have the L'Oreal Paris Brick Vintage. It's a more wearable shade than your regular cool tone red, and I am going to be focusing on this one for 2026 because it's already used quite a lot. I don't need to use it until the end, but it's old. I think this is the oldest piece of makeup that I have. Then I have this from Maybelline. It's the shade, this is from their Zodiac collection, Superstay Ink Crayon, in the shade Make It Happen Gemini. I'm not a Gemini, but you know, at the time I really loved this shade. I like the way it looks on my skin tone, so I am going to keep it. I don't have to focus on it just yet. This is also from Maybelline. This is their Red For Me matte lipstick, and it's like the real cool tone red that suits every skin color. I didn't buy this. I got this as present. Since this is the only red shade that I have, like cool tone red, I am going to keep it. I'm still not going to focus on it because I have that L'Oreal one to focus on. A lipstick that I am going to be focusing on is Kiko Milano in shade 22, and it's their Unlimited Stylo. This packaging looks pretty luxury, however, it's not that high quality because this bullet fell on me once or twice, and this little guy broke. I'm not going to put it out right. You see? It's broken. So I need to focus on this one by the end of 2026 because I risk losing it every time I take it out. This is like a cool mauve tone that I really like. This is one of my newest additions, Rimmel Silky Beige. I like having like a nude brownish shade, but this also looks way too warm on my skin. I'm not going to declutter it just yet because it's a fairly new product. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy using this. One of my also new additions is Rosy Nude, but this time Real Rosy Nude from Aura, and I've used it a lot already, even though it's new. I bought it just this year. I used it a lot because it's really wearable, everyday rosy nude shade. I love this shade a lot, and I'm for sure going to keep it. Then we have 4 glosses and lip oils. The first one is actually the newest one, Lasting Melting Balm from Romand. This is in the shade 07 Mauve Whip. It's not really mauve, it's more of a berry color, but I like it a lot. I've been using it the entire summer, and I've used quite a lot. I won't show you because it's way too slow. This bullet is just way too slow, but I've used quite a lot of this shade. I love it, and I am going to keep using it. This is a Korean brand. Then I have from NYX their Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. Nice everyday shade, wearable. I can combine it with a lot of stuff. I am going to focus on it in 2026 because I need to use it up, because I have other lip glosses that I need to focus on, and I have some waiting on my wish list to be bought. Then I have other NYX shade. It's Fat Oil in the shade Status Update. But what I don't like about these products is it's so hard to look at this. And then it's just stringy. I don't like that, honestly. You can see I did use it quite a lot. But I won't be focusing on that one. The newest addition from the lip oils, it's honey and milk from a Pew. So I use this when I need something that doesn't have any color in it. And I'm going to keep it. Just to recap what I am going to be focusing on, I have a good share of eye makeup, lipstick, face products. I think this is going to be doable. And this is unfortunately what I'm decluttering. I don't use it. I don't see myself using it. So I'm saying goodbye to these 3 products. As expected, most of my makeup ended up in keeping pile, but there's stuff that I'm gonna declutter for sure. And then there's the 3rd pile, actually the most important one for me at this moment. This is the makeup that I'm going to retire by the end of 2026, but I need to use it as frequently as I can. This doesn't mean that the rest of my makeup is going to be neglected, but this is what I'm going to focus on because I know this is the last year of those makeup items that they're with me. I want to give them as much love as I can. I am going to make a half a year update, and then at the end of the year we are going to actually say goodbye with intention to those items. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you watched this video and that you stayed until the end. If you have stayed, I appreciate you so much. See you in my next one. Bye!